The Little Prince.
Welcome back to our The Little Prince reading series. In our last episode, we explored chapters 10 and 11. We saw the little prince's tender goodbye with his proud flower, and how he bravely set off on his interplanetary journey. We also met the absurd yet well-meaning king on his tiny planet, who left the little prince thinking, the grown-ups are very strange. Tonight, we're moving forward to chapters 12 and 14. Who will the little prince meet on his next journey? So let's continue our quiet journey with the little prince. The second planet was inhabited by a conceited man. I am about to receive a visit from an admirer, he exclaimed from afar when he first saw the little prince coming. For conceited men, all other men are admirers. Good morning, said the little prince. That is a funny hat you are wearing. It is a hat for salutes, the conceited man replied. It is to raise and salute when people acclaim me. Unfortunately, nobody at all ever passes this way. Ah, said the little prince. He did not understand. Clap your hands. One after the other, the conceited man suggested. The little prince clapped his hands. The conceited man raised his hat in a modest salute. That is more entertaining than the visit to the king, the little prince said to himself, and he began again to clap his hands, one after the other. The conceited man again raised his hat in salute. This went on for 5 minutes without stopping. The little prince grew tired of this game. And what must one do to make the hat fall off? He asked. But the conceited man did not hear him. Conceited people never hear anything but praise. Do you really admire me very much? He demanded of the little prince. What does that mean, admire? To admire me means to recognize that I am the handsomest, the best dressed, the richest, and the most intelligent man on this planet, but you are the only man on your planet. Ah, do me that kindness. Admire me just the same. I admire you, said the little prince, shrugging his shoulders slightly. But what is there in that to interest you so much? And the little prince went away. The grown-ups are certainly very, very odd, he said to himself as he continued on his journey. The next planet was inhabited by a tippler. This was a very short visit, but it plunged the little prince into deep sadness. What are you doing there? He said to the tippler, whom he found settled down in silence before a collection of empty bottles and also a collection of full bottles. I am drinking, replied the tippler with a tone of gloom. Why are you drinking? Demanded the little prince. So that I may forget, replied the tippler. Forget what? Inquired the little prince, who was already sorry for him. Forget that I am ashamed, the tippler confessed, hanging his head. Ashamed of what? Insisted the little prince, who wanted to help him. Ashamed of drinking. And with that, the tippler shut himself up in complete and silent fortification. And the little prince went away, puzzled. The grown-ups are certainly very, very odd indeed, he said to himself as he continued on his journey. The fourth planet belonged to a businessman. This man was so busy that he did not even look up when the little prince arrived. Good morning, said the little prince. Your cigarette has gone out. 3 and 2 make 5, 5 and 7 make 12, 12 and 3 make 15. Good morning. 15 and 7 make 22, 22 and 6 make 28. I have no time to light it again. 26 and 5 make 31. Phew. Then that makes 501,006-100-20-2-1000 7-100-30-1. 500 million what? Asked the little prince. Eh? Are you still there? 501 million, I can't stop, I have so much to do. I am concerned with matters of consequence. I don't amuse myself with balderdash. 2 and 5 make 7. 500 million what? Repeated the little prince, who never in his life had let go of a question once he had asked it. The businessman looked up. In 54 years, I have been disturbed only 3 times. The first time was 22 years ago, when some giddy goose fell from goodness knows where. He made the most frightful noise that resounded all over the place, and I made 4 mistakes in my addition. The second time, 11 years ago, I was disturbed by an attack of rheumatism. I don't get enough exercise. I have no time for loafing. The third time, well, this is it. So then I make the total 501,600-20-2-1000-7-100-30-1. Millions of what? The businessman understood clearly that he was going to have no peace. Millions of those little objects that one sometimes sees in the sky. Flies? Oh no, little glittering objects. Bees? Oh no. Little golden objects that set lazy men to idle dreaming. As for me, I am concerned with matters of consequence. There is no time for idle dreaming in my life. Ah, the stars? Yes, that's right. The stars. And what do you do with 500 million stars? 501,600-20-2-1000, 7-100-30-1. I am a man of affairs. I am precise. I count them, but what for? I own them. You own the stars? Yes. But I have already seen a king who... Kings do not own, they reign over. It is a very different matter. And what good does it do you to own the stars? It does me the good of making me rich. And what good does it do you to be rich? It makes it possible for me to buy more stars, if any are ever discovered. He thinks about things exactly the way my tippler thought, said the little prince to himself. Even so, he still had questions. But how can you own the stars? To whom do they belong? The businessman retorted peevishly. I don't know. To nobody. Then they belong to me because I was the first person to think of it. Is that enough? Of course it is. When you find a diamond that belongs to nobody, it is yours. When you discover an island that belongs to nobody, it is yours. When you get an idea before anyone else, you take out a patent on it. It is yours. So with me, I own the stars because nobody else before me ever thought of owning them. That is true, said the little prince. And what do you do with them? I manage them. I count them and I count them again, said the businessman. It is difficult work, but I am a man of affairs. The little prince was still not satisfied. As for me, I own a flower and I water her every day. I own 3 volcanoes and I clean them out every week. Even the extinct one I clean out because you never know. It is of some use to my volcanoes and it is of some use to my flower that I own them. But you are of no use to the stars. The businessman opened his mouth, but he found nothing to say in answer, and the little prince went away. The grown-ups are certainly altogether extraordinary, he said simply, talking to himself as he continued on his journey. That's all for chapters 12 to 14 of The Little Prince. Thank you for watching and listening. What will the little prince meet next? Join me next time to find out. See you then!